All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? It's another episode of the Wiley Show. How y'all doing out there in these streets? So we're going to talk about the Circle NYC, okay? I want to tell y'all right then and there, we're going to talk about this show. Now, this show, a lot of y'all don't know anything about this show, but I'm going to do my best to do a review of this show. I think it's very, very boring, okay? Number one, it was dry as my grandmother's rice, okay? It was dry as her turkey wings. If she didn't get enough rest, she put some turkey wings in the oven and it just dry, and she forgot to wake up, and then it just burnt and just dry. It was just dry. But anywho, let me try my best to do a review of this show. Number one, it was a cast member by the name of Melly B. Melly B is this rapper, and he decided to move from New York to Atlanta, Georgia, and they tear the scene. Now, mind you, the name of the show is the Circle NYC, New York City, right? So this rapper, Melly B, decided to move to Atlanta, Georgia, and he was riding a horse. So he's trying to paint this picture that he loved horses, that he owned this ranch, and that he loved to ride horses, and then the horse was pretty much determining how fast the horse was gonna go. Melly B couldn't even ride the horse. Now the horse literally was just in his own little world. And I'm like, this nigga don't know how to ride no fucking horse. This is so fake, and it's like a snooze fest. So then we go back to New York City. Then we get into New York City. Then it's this cast member with Dwight. This cast member got dreads in his head. And let me pause this part of this. Dwight is a person that got dreads in his head. He's supposed to be this manager. He's supposed to be this socialite, and I'm hearing him. Very, very boring when he first opened up the scene. Very, very dry. So I'm like, why the fuck you on this show? Well, I did a show before 10, 12 years ago, this gay web series about 10, 12 years ago, and I'm like, why the fuck you on this show? Like, it's boring. So literally, we get to the part, and it was like, and I'm hearing the show. Then it's another rapper on here, Caroline. He's supposed to be a rapper. Now, this bitch decided to get some Hennessy, right? And go to the studio because he wanted to be this rapper. Caroline is a sexy chocolate black man. He's sexy, but the nigga can't rap. And I'm going to be honest with you. Stop trying to be a rapper if you ain't got it. And some of y'all be going to the studio, spending up all y'all money. Some of y'all be selling booty and peen to go and become a rapper, and it's just not it. Everybody is not meant to be a rapper. When he was in the studio, I want my vibe. Like, you're not in your fucking vibe. You are a drunk fool, and you need to get up out that boot and just focus on being a model or something like that, or licking your lips, or becoming a porn star, because that rapping stuff wasn't for this individual. So I'm like, he can't rap. And so I looked in the comments, and I'm like, I know I'm not imagining this myself, because I went to the Circle NYC and I went to the comments. Give me a sec. I went to the comments of the Circle NYC. Okay. I went to the comments to the Circle NYC, and literally we get to a comment that was made. Give me a second. Oh, wait a minute, because somebody broke it down in this comment. And I said, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is what I like right then and there. Okay, no, this ain't the comment. This ain't the shady comment. Okay, wait a minute. Where's the shady comment? Oh, where's the shady comment? Like, what the hell is this comment at? I should have screenshotted this comment. But anywho, they pretty much said the nigga can't rap. He's boring. He need to focus on modeling. That's pretty much what the comment was saying. Oh, here, right. He said, I like Caroline. He seems so humble, but I'm sorry. His music, in my opinion, is not the business. Everyone wants to be a damn rapper. I feel like he should get into modeling and acting, or maybe even producing music. But rapping just isn't his thing. Again, this is just my opinion. Now let's get on to Travis. I've always loved Travis, but his arrogance gets on my nose. Now, Travis is a guy that got a beard. Now, this is the thing that I wish the producers would have done. Instead of talking about these niggas' name, they should have gave them nicknames. You got a nigga in there with a long ass beard. Then you got another nigga up in there that got a do-rag line. Instead of his name being Carlos, they could have called him the do-rag man. They should have called the man the beard man. They could have called another man the horse man. They should have gave half of these cast members nicknames because they going on their names, and pretty much they should have did a nickname. It would have added more entertainment to the show. Now, one of the most favorite parts of this episode, and he's not a cast member, this is one part of the scene that I'm going to play that I like you all to see. Is one snippet of the show that was all that I feel like was the best. It was a small part that Dwight was talking to a young man. His name is Jermaine. What's his last name? Jermaine Sellers. He was on a show on Bravo, Your Husband Cheating on Us. Okay, it was a show that was on Bravo. Really didn't really pick up like that. Some of y'all watched, some of y'all didn't. That was during the time when Pose was out, so the gays pretty much was watching Pose. So I'm gonna show y'all a snippet of that. Let me go to that channel. Hold on one second. Let me go to it right quick. I'm gonna show y'all a snippet of it. This is the part that if I was a producer, this by Jermaine Sellers should definitely be up on the show. Because literally half of them girls need to just go because they're not really living their best life. They're fake. They're not really. They're trying to be something that they're not. Talking about they this big fashion model. So one of the girls even lied and talking about he worked with Rihanna and did some makeup for Rihanna in London. I'm like, girl, where your receipt? Where's the pictures at? Just because you went to London during the time that Rihanna was hosting her makeup line, Fendi line, doesn't mean that you were there working doing some makeup for Rihanna, okay? So I just need to see some receipts to back that up. But anywho, let me go to this part of the scene. Give me a second. Let me go to, because this was part of the scene that I like. Get to it. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me screen share this and show y'all. This the part that I like. This the part that I like. This part of the scene that I like. And I wish the man was on here. So let me do this. Okay. Let me turn it up. There we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, busy.
Not with me, huh?
Oh, the shade.
No shade.
All right, let it out. Let it out. I know you're mad at me.
I mean, I haven't talked to you.
Oh, child. Okay. I do love my client, Jermaine Sellers. I was fortunate enough to meet Jermaine. He was actually on a show I co-produced called Your Husband's Cheating on Us.
This bitch is setting us up like we in a 300 movie, honey, right now. Spartans, prepare for war. I mean, even with me being on tour, when I call you, I don't get return phone calls.
Well, you know I have like 50 million careers.
I'm sure D'Angelo's spoken to you.
No, we don't talk frequently. I just manage his stuff, but I might talk to D'Angelo on the phone. Don't tell anybody. Shh. But I manage a adult entertainment star by the name of D'Angelo Jackson. We text.
Y'all know D'Angelo Jackson was on the Wiley Show.
I speak to
You have
the
more
production
time
company.
for him than you have for me, and I'm the one that hooked him up with you being his manager.
Well, D'Angelo he's working.
Of course. So what do I need to do? Dangle my dick?
Take your coat off. You look uncomfortable.
Oh. So, wait a minute.
Jermaine feels like my time has been divided with my other clients, and he's not getting as much attention as he got in the beginning.
That you done made me nervous.
I done made you nervous.
Okay.
I mean, I'm mother.
Okay, mother.
You can't dish it out and then not be upset when it comes back.
All right.
Your manager can only do so much, and then it's up to you as the client to do the rest.
Have you been answering your phone?
Have you sent me in an email?
Do you not remember?
I do remember.
You should.
Since day one, I've told you, if I started representing you as soon as that show got picked up, you would be a lot further along. Fortunately, but unfortunately, that show was on the same time as Pose.
Right.
And the gays all flocked to FX. I don't know why anyone does not want to work with you right now, but
It might be because of the person I was associated with.
it could be that.
Yeah.
It could very well be that. Just at a place where I'm trying to find him additional work. I'm only going to put as much energy into your career that I feel you're doing.
Okay.
And then there's some other things I'm working on as well.
It's about fucking time, bitch.
You're welcome. So now I need a favor.
What's that?
We're working on a PSA for Roy.
So I'm gonna play a little part because he's gonna talk about the part of the church and everything like that. So the reason why I liked him in the scene, because he was actually talking about something. The reason why I like Jermaine Sellers, because he was bringing some stuff up. He's going to be talking about some stuff. And it was a small part of this show that I wish that he was a main character, because he was bringing something. He has substance. He brought a storyline. He came from a network television show. So he brought something up. So I'm definitely going to do that. If anybody trying to email me for business, y'all know my email address. I get so tired of people asking for my email address, because half of these folks be doing all that. Don't be sending me no type of email like that. But y'all already know my social media, Wiley Show. Everything is Wiley Show at Gmail, Wiley Show on Instagram, Wiley Show on Twitter, Wiley Show on Periscope, Wiley Show on Snapchat. Wiley Show. Okay. If any businesses, anything, send it to my email. I don't answer anything public if it's not in my email. Business only. I only answer business correspondence in my email. Hello. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Day.
Okay.
And I suggested that my client be the celebrity that we can utilize in this PSA if you are interested.
Who do y'all think would actually be good for this PSA?
Socialites, like, what do you have in mind? Like, your vision.
Because I don't want the message to get lost.
Did you watch the show on Bravo your husband's cheating on me? So I managed one of the cast members on there. So I could totally get him to the PSA, Jermaine Sellers.
I'm definitely interested.
So we're still developing the concept. World AIDS Day is around the corner. But I think that you definitely would be a great voice to support. Now give me a hug, bitch.
I ain't giving you shit.
Well, get the hell out of my office.
I love you. I love you too.
I need Jermaine to believe in himself as much as I believe in him, because he definitely has the talent and he can do it. When you're not doing stuff, you get distracted.
I do.
You get distracted.
I'm in my Benjamin bag. Big
Okay.
boss on
Now
the
let
main
me.
set.
Okay. Now that's the one that's supposed to be the rapper. Let me skip through that. I want to get back to their scene. Where is their scene at? Because their scene was the favorite because they had some substance. That nigga, he need to retire.
So many places in my life and time. Sung a lot of songs. Made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life on stages with 10,000 people watching. Yeah! We're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you, nigga.
Jermaine is probably one of the most powerful singers I've ever come across. I mean, he was top 3 on Sunday's Best.
One thing about me, you already know, if you put me on the spot and you ask me to sing, that's my one thing, yes. Yeah. So
you said you sing out your pussy.
I sing out my pussy.
When you have some time, meditate, burn some candles. And
I did the crystal thing and everything.
Just write down 10 objectives that we're going to accomplish next year for 2020. And let's divide the year up into 4 parts, 4 different quarters, and what we're going to focus on for winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mm-hmm. Even when you're not hearing from me, I'm still your biggest advocate and still emailing people and still reaching out to people. But just to be honest, just the phones aren't ringing.
But every time I call you, you somewhere in East Bumblefuck, Africa.
I reached Jermaine on a friendship level, and I really believe in him. If I did not believe in Jermaine, I would not be representing him.
The biggest strike against me was the fact of me being on that show. It can either eat you up or it can push you.
Gospel, is that something you still want to do?
So I want to say that he want to say out his pussy. Oh my God. So I that really got to me. But okay, let me play this part of it because the little part that he was talking about, I want to do some commentary because I'm gonna do a little story time. But let me press play.
I was getting more bookings for pastors to fuck me than anything.
I don't want to say he's turned his back on the church, but he's definitely removed his talent from the church.
It can push you.
Gospel, is that something you still want to do?
I was getting more bookings for pastors to fuck me than anything.
I don't want to say I not believe in Jermaine, I would not be representing him.
The biggest strike against me was the fact of me being on that show. It can either eat you up or it can push you.
Gospel, is that something you still want to do?
I was getting more bookings for pastors to fuck me than anything.
I don't want to say.
Now I want to pause right there. I want to pause right there because he said a lot, and this is where I want to pause right there, and this is why I want that Negro on the show because that's what I wanted to hear. Because he said something, and I had a flashback. I literally had a flashback, right? It was a guy that I know, and I'm not going to go into too much details. Let me make sure I turn that stove up. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to make sure I had turned that stove off. So I had a flashback. So it was a guy that I was cool with that was on Sunday's Best, and he was from Chicago. He didn't win, but I had a crush on this particular guy, right? So he had gave my mother some furniture, and he was moving because he was a traveling artist, right? So he's moving to another place in Chicago, and I had a crush, and I knew he was gay. So he was like, "You want to date me?" So I said, "Let's go to the movies." So when we was at the movies, we started talking and we started kissing, and then he started telling me some tea about how pastors wanted to fuck him, how this pastor fucked him, how he got a book into to sing, and one pastor say, "I'll let you sing at my church on Sunday for 4 Sundays in a row if you let me fuck you, and you know what I'm saying, after each service we fuck, and I would give you a booking for 4 Sundays, and if you're getting a booking at a church for 4 Sundays of a month, that's a check coming in." So he was just telling me the tea. He was like, "It's different security guards." He says a lot of pastors that want a lot of boys, and like it's like an underground like sex dungeon, and that's really happening. So he was giving me the tea, and he was like, he said, "Wiley, I can't date you because all I have is my name." And I was like, cool. I seen this Negro, me and Tank go to the sex party. We went to the sex party. I seen him and his roommate at this sex party, and I was like, dude, and I was so scared to go because I was saying like different people like in the church or different ones that I seen that it was in church circles was at this particular sex party. And I told Tank, I was like, I don't want to go because I feel weird, like I just don't want to do that. I have been when I was 18, I had sex with this pastor that was a pastor. He was married. I was 18 years old, and we had sex. But I just didn't know I want to be around that because they be just doing that. So when this man, Jermaine Sellers, said that, I can definitely believe it because he's gay. They know he's gay and he's attractive. And them pastors, if you play the game, you can get a car, you can get an apartment, you can get everything. And it's a special thing y'all gonna hear. And I'm gonna say this. You got to be careful when pastors say, "This is my spiritual son." You got to be very, 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 very careful when a pastor say, "This is my spiritual son." Be very, very careful with that terminology. When you hear that terminology, I'm not saying every pastor be screwing their spiritual sons, but they do that camouflage when they say, "This is my spiritual son." Be very, very careful. That's like a keyword. This is my man. This is mine that I'm humping. Just be very, very careful with that term. I'm just saying, because every time I heard that term, but around that term, I just known it. And everybody that I've known to be somebody's spiritual son, they was humping the pastor. I'm just talking about me, of what I've known it. So when that man brought that out there, I said, I wish that the producers would focus on this man's story, because this nigga got a story that I feel like will be lit for a reality show. So yeah. All right. Let me play a little bit of that, and then we gonna move on. Let me play a little bit of that. And shout out to the executive producer. He gave me permission to play some snippets of this show because he wants y'all to go over there and watch it. I just wasn't really feeling the beginning of this episode. I wasn't really feeling it because a lot of the cast members was just boring. But this part was like my favorite because I kind of like resonated with it.
Turned his back on the church, but he's definitely removed his talent from the church.
Do I feel like my body is my temple? All the broken promises, going to these different churches, the pastor's trying to sleep with me. It just, no. It's too much. It's a whole underground society of pastors and politicians that are out here, and they got young boys between the ages of 19 to 26 years old that they basically are, they're milking them. They're sugar daddies to them. How do I know? Because that became my next hustle.
You were a spiritual son.
It's a whole scandal.
How many boys are there?
It's a bunch of them.
Thank God I haven't experienced that, but definitely going through something like that can really change your mind on how you view church folks. And you never told me that. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
I'm gonna go back so y'all can see it again. So y'all can see the video.
Interesting.
Let me go and move on for him.
In my life and time, sung a lot of songs, made some bad rhymes, I've acted out my life on stages with 10,000 people watching.
Yeah.
We're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you, nigga.
Jermaine is probably one of the most powerful singers I've ever come across. I mean, he was top 3 on Sunday's Best.
One thing about me, you already know. If you put me on the spot and you ask me to sing, that's my one thing. Yes. Yeah. So
you said you sing out your pussy.
I sing out my pussy.
You have some time, meditate, burn some candles. And
I did the crystal thing and everything.
Just write down 10 objectives that we're going to accomplish next year for 2020. And let's divide the year up into 4 parts, 4 different quarters, and what we're going to focus on for winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mm-hmm. Even when you're not hearing from me, I'm still your biggest advocate and still emailing people and still reaching out to people. But just to be honest, just the phones aren't ringing.
But every time I call you, you somewhere in East Bumblefuck, Africa.
I reached Jermaine on a friendship level, and I really believe in him. If I did not believe in Jermaine, I would not be representing him.
The biggest strike against me was the fact of me being on that show. It can either eat you up or it can push you.
Gospel, is that something you still want to do?
I was getting more bookings for pastors to fuck me than anything.
I don't want to say he's turned his back on the church, but he's definitely removed his talent from the church.
Do I feel like my body is my temple? All the broken promises, going to these different churches, the pastor's trying to sleep with me. It just, no. It's too much. It's a whole underground society of pastors and politicians that are out here, and they got young boys between the ages of 19 to 26 years old that they basically they're milking them. They're sugar daddies to them. How do I know? Because that became my next hustle.
You were a spiritual son.
It's a whole scandal.
How many boys are there?
It's a bunch of them.
Thank God I haven't experienced that, but definitely going through something like that can really change your mind on how you view church folks. And you never told me that. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Mm-hmm. When he couldn't get what he wanted, my car was gone.
It's gotten better.
Not the black church.
My client has so much potential. He can sing the brakes off of a Buick. You come in here trying to read me.
I wasn't trying to read.
Overall, the meeting with Jermaine went very well. Let's go have a drink. So I just cannot wait.
That was the part that I like. And I want y'all to go subscribe to that channel. The season is on your boy Nunu. As you all can see that, go there, tell him that Wiley sent you, send a comment over there. Let's drive up the traffic over there because it's definitely there. So y'all go to that channel and definitely do that. Okay. So that was like the highlight of that show, of that episode. And it was so freaking dope. And another part of this show that I like, for next episode, Travis. Let me show y'all who is Travis, right? So Travis is he came on the Wiley Show, and this is Travis. Of course, Trent Cruz from Love and Hip Hop, right? He's on the Circle NYC, and a lot they was dragging Trent Cruz, right? So if y'all don't know who Trent Cruz is, he was on Love and Hip Hop. He got fired. He definitely was on Love and Hip Hop. The man got fired off of Love and Hip Hop, right? So he not on Love and Hip Hop no more. He got a fake relationship on the Circle NYC going with this guy, and the guy that was baking some chicken or whatever, it was burning. It was like so stupid and fake. And they pretty much is dragging Trent Cruz because like nobody's booking Trent Cruz. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of Trent Cruz. He's very good looking, but nobody is like checking for this man, but he's on the Circle NYC, so you definitely can see him on there. But again, his storyline is boring. I'm like, girl, like let's talk about your ass getting fired. Let's talk about you dating Jonathan and how he talked to Mona to get your ass fired allegedly from Love and Hip Hop. Like, nigga, be real. See, if you're going to be on a show, be real, to be entertaining. Stop trying to be shit that you're not. If you're not in a relationship, don't present it. Do something else, especially when you're doing a web series. You got to bring your best or you're not going to get any type of traction or any type of views, okay? Okay, any type of tracks or any type of view. The only people that I know personally that I have never met, but I've been knowing the person. I know the executive producer, your boy Nunu, and I've known Travis for a long time. Most of these other people that's been on there, I've been around like social media here and there because I used to be really big in the gay community, interviewing people in the gay community. But this cast is just like, girl, like I don't know what was Nunu thinking, like. It just wasn't there. The people that should be on the cast is like Travis, you know, that young man should be on the cast. Of course, the young man that I showed you about singing out his pussy, he's definitely He definitely should. Jermaine Sellers should be on there. He definitely should be up on the program. Like, and then this whole thing with Trent Cruz, they need to get into why his ass was fired from Love and Hip Hop. Somebody need to drag him about this. If I was on the show, I would like look at drag him. You are a Love and Hip Hop reject. I'll be getting into that ass because that's entertainment. And that's how you drive the viewers and engage the viewers. You can't motherfucker come from a show that's been popping on a network television show and you don't bring it up on the show. Like, come on. And I think a lot of them, they don't get paid to be on the show, allegedly. I heard from the grapevine that said nobody's getting paid. But I get it. Okay, you won't get paid. But one thing that you're getting paid, you're getting publicity, you got them cameras, and this possibly can pop, and that y'all possibly can get a check. At first, I was like, man, you got to pay me. But for Nunu, I will work for this ass for free because he got the equipment, he got the editing, he know how to edit the product, he know how to bring out the coins, he know how to put a product together, and it possibly can pop. But you got to bring your A game because I don't care how many makeup artists, I don't care how many cameras you get, I don't care how many whatever you get, you still have to have personality. You can have the best camera crew in the world, but if you have no personality, the only thing they're going to see you dry in HD. Like, come on, you got to bring it to the forefront. You just can't come up on the camera and not bring something. Like this episode, like I really started watching the Circle NYC in the first season. And the first season, they had a transgender. Her name was Tamara, and she was on Pose. Lit. They had Envy. This guy was a porn star / stripper. Then they had Nunu. They had Damian Crawford. And I remember when Melly B said, Damian, I remember when Travis told Damian Crawford, you can't sing. You got that big nose. Like, I remember the drama. And when you do these shows and you lose the people that brought the entertainment factor, if you're going to get a replacement, that replacement got to bring it. That replacement got to bring the drama to drive into traffic. Just like I was watching a piece of Chasing Dallas. I'm going to get into them when I watch the entire show. But even with them, I'm going to give my critiques. And again, you probably will never hear this on any other platform because there's not a lot of personalities doing reviews of these web series. I went to the Armon Wiggins show. He declined to do this many years ago. He said he don't like the web series. So a lot of these gay people that's in a position of power in media don't talk about these gay shows. The one of the guys that did talk about the gay series, he passed away. He committed suicide. Y'all know the guy, Brandon. I think his name was Brandon. You know, he committed suicide. He was a very attractive young man, committed suicide, but he was one of the ones that will review these gay web series because not a lot of platforms do reviews on gay web series because a lot of them say that they are boring, that they are not entertaining, that is the same thing over and over again. Most people don't watch it unless it's sex and drama, and you have to bring that on the forefront. One of the most popular gay web series that I said nobody ever topped it yet was oh my gosh. Oh, it had Brandon Carson in it, Gary LeVar. My God, what was the name of it? It was with Signal 23 production, right? So that was one of the ones. I can't think of the name of the show because it's been a long time, but it was one of my favorites. Let me see if it goes. About Him. About Him was one of the best gay web series I think ever was created. About Him. Google it, watch it. You're gonna get your life. I think it was so entertainment. It was great for the culture. But I think after that show came, no show came close as a web series to top About Him. Not one have came even close to top it. Okay, I never heard of these shows until you mention them, right? Because I have power, and that's why I mention these shows because my audience are not a gay audience. Most of my audience are women, and some of them probably lesbian that eat a little pussy, but they don't know too much of the gay community. You know, they don't know. Some of them are not in the gay community. You know, I got some that eat a little pussy, but they're not LGBT like that. You know, they just eat a little pussy on the side. You know, that, but they're not, they don't consider themselves they don't go like gay clubs like that. They eat a little cootie cat. So, but my base is mainly women, and I understand that. every once in a while, if I'm loyal to a producer, I will say, you know what, I review this show. You know what I'm saying? So give me permission to put a little clippings of it so my audience can see what it is, and so some of them might can go over there. The reason why a lot of people were saying, Wiley, you so fake, and I got a call from somebody, they said, Wiley, you so fake, and I get that a lot, and this bitch, he called me, you so fucking fake, and I'm like, why you say I'm fake? All you review is chasing Dallas. You so fucking fake. And I said the reason why I really fall in love with the Chasing Atlanta franchise is because they was one of the first shows that put me on their show. My programming, I would interview the cast. I was able to get into one or two of those storylines. So that's why I have a love for the Chasing Atlanta brand, the Chasing Dallas brand, because it just worked. It meshed. And it really worked for me. It popped. That was the niche. It was entertaining. I inserted myself in the mess, and that's how it worked. I can't really do that with with the Circle NYC unless the cast members come on out and do interviews, but they so fucking bougie and so fucking uptight and stiff-necked. Like, it's like, are you going to be real with me, or are you just going to be fake? Like, because I'm going to ask you some questions. Like, I want you to be entertaining for the show. And I only ask these questions because we have to entertain the audience. We're not dumb. This is a business. This is the entertainment business. You know what I'm saying? This is the entertaining business. And that's one thing I like about Tamika, because when I was asked that, she wasn't dry. It's like she gave a good interview. And when you got a guest like that, I'm cool with it. I love guests that can bounce back, have an open mind, that can have a great interview. So I would love to talk to some of the cast members of the Circle NYC, and hopefully one day we will talk to those cast members. But that sums up my review of that show. I told the producer, the executive producer of your boy Nunu, I said, listen, Nunu, I will definitely talk about this show every week, okay? Because Nunu, I've been watching you, you sexy, and I've been watching you for many years since I was in high school. Nunu is one of the ones that I've been watching this man since high school. Let me post a picture of him. Give me a second. Let me go to his Instagram so y'all can follow him on Instagram. I've been following this man since high school, okay? Because I think he started blogging in 2008. I didn't graduate from high school until 2009. So I think he said 2008, 2009. So I've been watching this man since high school. Let me go to his Instagram. Where is this Instagram at? So I have this relationship, and I stay in contact with him for many years. Like, I seen this man move from New Orleans. I seen him move from New Orleans. Just everywhere. This man moved from New York, Dallas, Houston. He been he been to all these places, but he looked his best when he had dreads, and there's no shame. I told him, nigga, you should have kept the dreads in your head. Like, that's him right there. No, let me go to another picture. That's Damian Crawford. Now, you see the man with the white hat, that's Damian Crawford, and I met him in person. That's Damian Crawford. That's your boy Nunu right there with the Chicago shirt. And this movie right here, like Keeping Love a Secret, that's another good movie that this man produced. They got millions of views. Like, yeah, so y'all make sure y'all get into that. Let me see. Let me go to a picture of him. Like, he used to take some sexy ass pictures, like with his dreads. I don't know what the fuck. But he's good looking though. Back in the day, baby, you couldn't tell. Back in the day, when I used to love seeing this man go up on the program, like to be up on the show, like back in the day with YouTube, because I used to watch YouTube before it was lives, right? Back in the day, on being on YouTube was nothing like now. Okay, YouTube now is you go live. Back in the day, in order to get an audience, you had to know how to pre-record your videos. The only thing you had to do was pre-record your videos and talk in the camera. It was no interactions. It was no taking no phone calls. It was no getting no phone calls and open chats and read the chat box. It was none of that. It was literally you and your camera. So back in the day, I'm from the Scorpion Show. Do we got any Scorpion Show fans in the house? Okay. Give me a sec. Do we got any this is for people that's literally now if I got a Scorpio Show fan in the house that watched the Scorpion Show, that means you've been watching YouTube since you've been in college or been in high school or college. Some of y'all. I'm gonna say, do we have any Scorpio Show fans in the house? Do anybody watch the Scorpio Show? Okay, but the Scorpion Show is one of those shows that was in the business when you pre-record videos. That was the era. It was no lie. So those people are like the OGs of YouTube. So some of y'all been watching since high school and everything like that. So y'all know how it is. And the Scorpion Show, I resonate with that show because it was ghetto and ratchet. Baby, them ghetto family members would be in the living room re-recording. Folks be crackheads be coming off the street. Like, it was so freaking real and funny. And the Scorpion Show, they should have had a reality show years ago. The Scorpion Show should have had a reality show years ago. Like that, it was so many characters. And when Mikhail would say, I don't live here, and you know, when I talk in the corner, I get that from Mikhail from the Scorpion Show. See, I don't mind giving people credit that I've gotten the idea for them, that I was inspired for. When Mikhail say, I don't live here. I don't live here. When Mama Scorpio was talking about seniors, like, oh my God, like, you all don't understand how that would just, I mean, it's just classic YouTube. Classic YouTube. That's just like the golden age of YouTube. That was before people got obsessed with money. You didn't know nothing about no doxing. That I'm talking about, that was like a beauty part of it. The reason why I can't get into the product now is because the Scorpion Show product, to me, I only gonna say this, and I know y'all gonna send this to Kevin, and Kevin can't stand my ass. He cannot stand me. We got a beef that go back 10, 11 years ago, okay? But it's stale. They still pass gas on camera. They still burp on camera, and it's stale. They did not change with the times. They don't know how to engage in lives. Now, back in the day, the Scorpion Show used to get on Blog Talk TV and Skype. They used to do that back in the day when the people used to call in in that different way. And they were so hit with the interview. They got very, very lazy. I think Kevin, once he quit his job, he got lazy. He got so freaking lazy with the kind. He's very, very lazy. When I say lazy, he stopped dreaming. He stopped bringing the show to the next level. Like, he just stopped being innovating. He just stopped. Yes, Scorpion Show used to go on the third-party sites like Stream, take phone calls and stuff. They did that back in the day, and they didn't know how to really capitalize off of it. They should have been on radio. It's so much they could have done, and they did not do. And a lot of times, too, they got blackballed. Uh-oh, get y'all some tea. I'm literally giving y'all some tea while I drink this tea, right? So the Scorpion Show, when The Real first came out, only true Scorpion Show fans will know this. When The Real with Tamar and all of them, when Tamar was on this show, the Scorpion Show got paid money to promote The Real. Vincent, Tamar's husband at the time and manager, wanted to manage Kevin and Mikhail. They had some type of deal that they wanted to shop around a show for the Scorpion Show, right? K. Michelle and Tamar Braxton was in a beef. Kevin was cool with Tamar Braxton. This is all allegedly. So they interviewed K. Michelle and asked them a question about Tamar Braxton, and K. Michelle dragged Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton got so pissed at Kevin that she blocked him, that it was no deal, that they stopped the deal. Okay? They literally stopped the deal. That's how I perceived it. Now, I'm going to drop the link if somebody have their perspective of the story. Okay? I'm going to drop the link. So if anybody got their own version of it, hold up. If you disagree with it, that's how I remember it. And K. Michelle dragged Tamar, said she can't sing live, that she can't do this. And Tamar got in her feelings. Then another thing, allegedly, this is word on the street that I heard, that Vincent, Tamar, and them booked Kevin and Mikhail to do some at the house to interview these celebrities. And I remember when they were talking to these celebrities, they supposed to pay Kevin and Mikhail. Word on the street is they didn't receive a check from that gig. And they were mad and they couldn't say nothing because they didn't want to burn that bridge. And you know how they would say stuff without saying stuff? Allegedly, Tamar and Vincent Herbert did not pay Kevin and them for that gig at their house. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's what I heard. And it was like a lot of different things that were going on. And after that Tamar stuff, the Scorpion Show went down. That was like they have gotten blackballed. After that incident, the show lost its spunk. Like it lost. It lost its spunk. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Any real Scorpio Show fans will know this, because I was a watcher. They know who Wiley is, especially Mikhail. Okay, especially Mikhail. He know who I am. Because he's seen my body in the nude before it was a Patreon, because we had got each other number. So Kevin and Mikhail, it was a situation, and Mikhail, what was I saying? Because I don't know how I'm gonna work this. Brandy was on tour, right? She was doing Roxy Hart in Chicago. Brandy was doing Roxy Hart. She was booked for Chicago. So they interviewed Brandy. And Brandy dragged Monica. She was talking about a lot in that interview. It was a lot of tea spent in that interview. Brandy called Kevin and told him, you cannot put this interview out until I release my album. But what I heard, somebody on Brandy's team, allegedly, somebody sent me this, that she got scared, Brandy got scared that she didn't want to put this out because it could have backfired on her because she went in. And one thing about Brandy, she don't like it when you drag her. She just don't like it. She get very emotional when you drag her. She don't like it. And she felt that if she put this out, Monica fans will drag her. Okay? And y'all already know the jokes that they say. I ain't gonna repeat some of these jokes that they say about Brandy, but they say a lot of jokes about Brandy driver's record. That's all I'm gonna say. So I hope she ain't driving and all that type of stuff. So she told Kevin, don't put it out. And that interview could have literally helped the Scorpion Show go to the next level. And that interview was never aired. It never aired. I'm sorry. It's no way in the world I'm going to have sit on a gold mine of footage and don't release it. Hell no. And Mikhail, he was just there for a check. Mikhail was smart because he was just there because it was an extra check. That man never quit his job. Mikhail was definitely stuck up. That's the one that's bald-headed. And they used to drag Mikhail. I was very messy back in the day because I was in a mess. They didn't like Mikhail because somebody told Kevin that Mikhail is stuck up and you need to fire Mikhail. And all these people, I ain't gonna say no names, but even Justin J said that Kevin need to fire Mikhail. Justin J allegedly told Kevin that he need to fire Mikhail. It was a lot of tea. Like they could not stand Mikhail. For every reason, they couldn't stand him. So when Kevin would go out of town, Mikhail would stay at home. So, but with that interview with Brandy, they should have released that. I'm sorry, I would have released that footage. I would have. But anywho, so that was a little history of where I go, how far I go back in YouTube. I go real far back in YouTube. Like I go back when Kevin was going at it with Justin J. And Justin J dragged Kevin because Kevin said something about Justin J and he had a big grease stain on his green screen. And Justin J said, look like you ready to behead somebody with that green screen. Like he called him a terrorist, like you doing a terrorist video. It was so funny. Like y'all have to go back to that history. And that was like the golden age of like YouTube, of that sector, that because that was the gay sector. Like that literally was the gay sector. It was like your boy Nunu, ADTV, A Connection TV, 3LW TV. Like it was like Zimbat Adams. These people I was watching in high school. Okay. These people I was watching in high school. So I go back far in watching like YouTube and stuff. So, oh man, I if I would have had the mind that I have now and the consistency that I have now back then, I would be so much further. So much further. But that's here and there. I'm a silent supporter of the Scorpio Show and have been for years. I popped out when I want. I don't like you don't have all the facts, but hey, that's Wiley for you. But again, if I don't have all the facts, you are more than welcome to hit the link. Give me a second. If you've been a silent supporter of the Scorpion Show for years and I don't have all the facts, Justin J was fighting everybody. Justin J, they did not like this man. He was blackballed. It was a clique in this sector. Now, some of y'all can name the clique. It was Candy. What was her name? It was like the Scorpion Show, A Connective. It was like a clique, a group of them, right? And they used to do the blackout in Atlanta. Was the blackout? It was like a black expo of YouTube, right? Before even YouTube even did that. They used to do that in Atlanta. So Sweet Addiction TV, that's what I meant to say, Sweet Addiction TV. So they booked Justin J. And Justin J said that while we doing this event, I'm not on the flyer. How much money are getting paid? Why should we be paying this fee? Who this money going to? Justin even called me and said, this is a bunch of a scam. So he went public with it. They fell out. Justin J had an event with Adrian Expressions. Now, who remember this? I know I'm not lying. He went on and had an event and called it the main event. This is why people don't like Wiley. They had an event called the main event, and that event was empty. That event was empty. Adrian Expressions. He got up there trying to rap or sing, and all he was rapping and singing to was To the Flow. It was so embarrassing because Justin J was pulling his numbers. He said, Wiley, Justin J told me about Social Blend. He was the first blogger that told me how much money these bloggers are making. I didn't know nothing about that because me and Justin J used to talk. And so he said, Wiley, go to my Social Blend. I make more money than them. How long they been doing YouTube? And I've been growing faster than them. And he showed me that he made more money than them. But then Justin J did all that talking. Man, I'm about to be real messy right quick. He used to do all that talk about how much money he made on YouTube. Next thing I know, the Negro needs y'all to donate to help him out because he's homeless. Next thing I know, he homeless again. And that's how I got introduced to Uncle Tim, because Uncle Tim used to drag Justin J. So I go like back, like I could just remember that. And I'm like, and I was like, dude, how can you make this money? I didn't understand how can you make $3,000 to $4,000, sometimes $5,000 a month, and you evicted and you homeless. I didn't understand that. 3 to 4, 5 grand a month of YouTube revenue coming in, and you homeless. I couldn't understand it. And them people was calling him out. And Justin J. When Kevin got that house fire, or should I say just smoke in one of the rooms? So Kevin's house got caught on fire. So Justin J did believe, he thought that was all a scam. Justin J dragged the house fire, said it was nothing but a burnt room, a smoke room. Like it was just a little smoke in the room. Like, man, it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not laughing because it was a house fire. Like, man, I'm telling y'all, that was, man, like YouTube used to be so much fun. Man, I wish I could get that footage, and I wish somebody would just edit that and put that as a show today so we could watch that. When he got out the military, he stayed his mom working at Olive Garden. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. My cousin Tank knows Justin J personally because he used to be in the military. Like Tank, my cousin, he knows Justin. So when he was smaller, because Justin J didn't used to be that big, he was much smaller than that. But y'all, it's just. And Justin J was very conservative. YouTube beats were entertaining nowadays. Yeah, that's what the YouTube streets was entertaining. And back in the day, baby, with the Scorpion Show, let me tell y'all this. With the Scorpion Show, they used to say a lot of offensive things about transgender women. And baby, doing response videos on the Scorpion Show used to be so freaking funny, because back in the day you would make a response video, and YouTube had it set up that if somebody want to respond to your video, you can scroll down and your video will be right there. You can scroll down, your video will be right there. It was so lit, and they could pick which response video they want to show up. You have to be stayed on YouTube, and they just tried on one another and took it on. Yeah, it was literally just on YouTube like that. That was fun. That was fun. Now it's just, you know, I got out of it because it's stupid. Now they take stuff off of YouTube and all that crazy stuff. And now it's not entertaining like it was. Now this stuff gets too serious because they don't know how to just be entertaining on YouTube. You know, they love to take stuff off. So it was just great. So I put in my last segment of the show, should Armon Wiggins go on my radio? And I heard him last night. I watched his show. Nigga was extremely high. Like Armon was so freaking high. Like he was so high on that weed. That man smoked that weed. That man was so high. If he ain't drunk, he's high. He was so high last night on that interview. I mean, on that show. But I was entertained by it. I would love, to me personally, I would love to see him in my radio go at it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. He was so high, but why he cut his mustache off like that? That man cut his mustache. And when he got so high, and I'm like, dude, do you know that messes up your personality? Like when you get high like that, he's having an identity crisis. I really think he's having an identity crisis. Like this dude is having and his boyfriend needs to stop. I don't like his boyfriend personality. And his boyfriend is controlled by Armon Wiggins. Like he ran him like he's a little bitch. I'm like, nigga, you be doing all that talking, and then his boyfriend is just so irritated. I'm like, why you don't want to show up on camera? Because, I'm going to drag your ass. I just want him to show up on camera. Please show up on camera. So I just want to drag because he be talking a lot of shit. And I heard that little sneak this and that Ahmad and his boyfriend said, it's only one blogger. I ain't going, and he know who it is. And y'all can't type it in because they blocked my name off it. Because you can on YouTube, right? You go to the studio and you can, whatever words you don't want in your chat, you can post it. So my name is all in the chat that you can't post my name. So you will never see my name accidentally posted. And even if they try to, the moderators, it will be held for review and you're going to automatically remove the comments. But his boyfriend is just like, nigga, like you talk all that crap, get up on that camera because you're going to get dragged. That's why Armon Wiggins is smart. He know not to put your ass on camera. He already know because I'm ready to drag him. Because Armon Wiggins, baby, his face look all in wrinkles, all in his forehead, mustache, like his mouth look like it's mush, look like it does a little meth. I'm like, why did you take your mustache off? It looks ugly. Like you look good with facial hair. And I'm looking like your head look like you leave rest. I don't know. With that wrinkled forehead. But allegedly, it's like allegedly, like this niggas be drinking, smoking. Is it like baby, they dragged Armon Wiggins on Lipstick Alley like that. So remember saying to be on Wiley, they weren't together when you worked it. No, that wasn't the dude. Like they wasn't together like that. Like Ahmad had another nigga that he was fucking around with. And I think they probably were together, but Ahmad Wiggins alleged, was getting it in with other niggas. You know what I'm saying? He loves sex. So yeah, we used to talk, but it's like this dude be trying to say something like, nigga, like sit down somewhere. Sit down. Baby, he drunk worse than Tasha. This nigga was having an identity crisis. And I did find out why Storm Monroe, I did find out why Storm allegedly probably blocked me because I was going in like why he didn't respond because somebody probably sent him my Periscope. I'm sorry, sent him my Patreon videos. And I think he probably saw it and he blocked me on social media. But again, like I told that person, I said, listen, like I told one of my team members, I said, I'm an entertainer. Like it was a video, it was out. I'm a character. I played into the whatever was produced, and he saw that, and he blocked me. That's how I look at it. But I'm like, I don't have no case for it because I just don't. Man, it don't make or break me if I'm here or not here. It don't make or break me that here or not here. But when I watched Armon Wiggins' show last night, that would look like a Bo Wrinkle, such a nice background vocal from her. It's just like, but let me stick on the Armon Wiggins piece for a second. I challenge him to a debate. I want to debate Armon Wiggins so bad. I want to debate this man because this man talk a lot of shit. Like, I'm like, Negro, I want to debate him. I'm going to debate him. And that's why I stay on his neck because it's so profitable. And he already know, like, that's my niche. Because, on his show, his niche is Wendy Williams, T.S. Madison, Tasha K, and Nikki. Like them the people that he reach and he gets his buck of his views. My niche now, it used to be a lot of other bloggers in the beef sector. So I'm different. I went to the beef sector, got my name in the beef sector. So any day I can talk to beef and talk major. So I have a sector that they can mention me at any time. Because there's 3 people I could just drag and I get 3 videos made about me. What Ahmad failed to realize, he noticed that Wiley he found a niche and he found a sector that talk about him and he don't like it to the point that I can get more people talking about me than him. Because it was like, this sector is a lot of us in a beef sector and he didn't like that. So he would go down his timeline and I was very strategic. And I tell people again, stop looking at the numbers like that. You're talking to 80 people plus. You don't know how many people you really talking about. Because when this video end, it'd be like you had 300 people, 400 people. So stop, look at them. It's not that really that accurate. So I was very smart and strategic to target his audience, my base, because I knew I said, man, I want to talk about celebrity gossip. So let me target a person that is talking about celebrity gossip. It's business. It's all class. And Armon Wiggins knows that. He knows that if I dragged Wiley like I dragged Storm, I already know Wiley not gonna back down like a little bitch. If I drag Wiley like I drag Storm, ain't no fucking way Wiley gonna back down like a little bitch. Not gonna happen. Wiley gonna get his cockeyed ass up and drag the fuck out. He's gonna have a clap motherfucking back. If he have to stay up all night long, going over skits, going over videos, we watching the video to get some material, he's going to go in. He knew that Storm did not have it in him to really go down dirty. I can go down dirty because I come from a dirty sector. And he knows this. He said, I can't do that with Wiley because Wiley can go down dirty. He can get down with the get down and like that. So, and he knows that. So what he tried to do, he went to King Payne. And King Payne was supposed to be the one to really drag me. But King Payne couldn't do it because he was sweaty. He have no personality. It couldn't work. So Armon Wiggins got so tired, because y'all don't know this. I'm going to tell y'all this now. Because I was saying, Wiley, why did he ever go on his show? Why did Armon Wiggins address you like that? Because it got to the point I was reaching his audience. And still to this day, they would send emails and texts, and they would watch, and they would send it, and I would pull up, and then he didn't like it. And I would reach his moderators, because I knew all of his moderators. And I would target where they go. Baby, I'm a beast. I might look stupid and slow, but I'm not that dumb and slow and stupid. I study folks' behaviors. So I was targeting them, getting involved in the mess, inserting myself in the mess. And he just got tired of me. He got tired of me. And I had a blessing because one of his moderators left him. And why did that happen? He should have, and the Armon Wiggins didn't like that. He didn't like that. Once that Ricardo person left Armon Wiggins knew that, said, damn, one of my top givers left me. We fell out, and he went to the ops. He went to Wiley, and Wiley is no way in the world. Like, he did not like that. So I forced him to respond. It's easy because I know his weak spot. You got to be consistent. Most of y'all say he don't pay you no mind. I knew that was a lie because this YouTube things he watched just like because he do YouTube full time. Okay, so he left YouTube full time. And so I just know that. And now me and Ricardo, we back cool. We talk and we back cordial and cool and stuff like that. So. Because I had a different relationship, I would actually talk to my moderators. I connect with my moderators. Different than half of these other content creators. I would literally kick it and talk and just talk and whatever, how it goes. That's just how it is. But with this situation with the King Payne, he was one of the ones that's supposed to drag me, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And Armon Wiggins pretty much told King Payne to stop, because you're not helping me, because Wiley is coming after me. He ain't talking about you. And I would come after Armon Wiggins. I kept the pressure. And I kept the pressure on him. So that's why you would never see him drag me. And Armon Wiggins, because I'm not dumb, he sent all interviews before he deleted on Facebook to another blogger. Stay with me, people. To another blogger. They were supposed to take me down. Sean Bradley was a part of it. Another blog was a part of it, and it didn't work. It flopped in their face. Because what that did, that gave me more ammunition to say, I work with Armon Wiggins, blah, blah, blah. Then I was able to bring my mother on. It was just a lot with that person. And then the person, Armon Wiggins, allegedly went back to the blog and said, talk about Wiley's situation again. And it did not get any traction. I literally watched and I did a complete silence on that person. I just sat in silence. While she was quote unquote dragging me, I said, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to just watch this individual flop. And it didn't work. What it did was I went to people. I said, did you see this? This is the person that I was sending it to different people. I was like, this is how it is. He was drinking. I said, his weakness is when he get drunk, he does dumb stuff. And you can use that against him, period. Because one thing about Wiley that worked in my favor, you can't use my family stuff against me when I'm the one that brought it up. That's not a roast. That's not a gag. I built my platform to talk about my family dirty laundry. So using my family stuff only make people come back to the source because they're so interested to know about Wiley and his family dirty laundry. Dummies, you only helping Wiley to talk more. And all of them, Armon Wiggins have tried it, allegedly. Reached out to my family members. They declined to come back on the show. Declined. Because they was like, if we go on this show, we ain't going to stop him. He's going to come out and get more He's just going to talk more. But they tried to use that, and it did not work. I'm a professional in knowing my family business. So you can't use that against me. But they tried. I give them an A for effort. But it flopped in all their face. Boom, boom, boom. It didn't work. It just did not work. But they tried, but it didn't work. They really, really tried to put that thing in it and let it stick, but it couldn't stick. And Armon Wiggins, everybody was like, why are you going on King Payne? And they went and they trashed him. They was like, you ain't let King Payne talk. Why not bring Wiley on the show? Why not bring this man on the show? Then they played a clip of me, and I was getting more and more of his fans. I'm just creeping up. Because without mentioning me, what they're doing is making me work harder. That's the key. Them not mentioning me is making me more creative to do what I do. After that, after when Armon Wiggins did that, I worked with Storm Monroe, 7 stars. I did a show. I'm doing moves because I said I'm building up. And I knew the 7 stars, I knew the Storm Monroe thing was not going to last forever. I knew that from day one. And I told the people that was around me, I said, I want to pay these individuals because when this break up, I want to make sure that I can say I paid them every time they sat on my show. So if it ever were to flop, if I ever were to get blocked, I can have something that is consistent. I had sponsors that have sponsored the show. And that's I said, if it ever flop, I want to be able, that's a narrative that can stick. Because whatever you can say about, you got paid to sit beside me. Every single time we did that episode. But I knew it wasn't going to last forever. Because it was no way Tasha K would have allowed her mentee to work with Wiley. I told Storm, I said, Storm, I really could get celebrities, some type of celebrity on our show. And this can go far. But then I pulled back. I said, there's no way because that will put Storm in like a friction. Storm left the show because it got too hot for the show. Because this is a sector. And this is the beef sector. And he was getting dragged and stuff. And he pulled back. And I said, Storm, go. Like, it's best that we break it up and end the show. Because I don't want nobody brand to be tarnished or bags to be lost. Like, I'm not in the business for that. I'm not dirty like that. No. But I was smart enough to know that that wasn't going to last forever. So I knew that, and I never. These people wasn't my friends. I didn't get on the phone kiki with them. It was all business. It was all because I was very, very smart. I said, keep it on business. These are the topics we're gonna talk about. We're gonna move on. That's it. Because I've learned that in this is business. These people are not your friends. They're not your friends. This is a business. So I approach it like that, show the people like that, and brought people on and did that. And with that show, y'all seen a comedian on the show, Hope Flood. And Hope Flood was really, really hot in the streets. And the sector was introduced to Hope Flood. She got so many interview requests from the beef sector. And her publicist didn't like it with all these other folks. She was like, no, we ain't doing no more shows in this beef sector, because they started to get rumors. Then people start emailing. And I was like, oh, that's had to go. But again, because I know what kind of power I brought in. And I knew, and let me tell y'all this, because somebody called me yesterday, I think yesterday or two. And they was like, Wiley, you left the beef sector. And I said, I did leave. She said, you're not really in the beef sector anymore. I said, I know that. And I said, it was a reason why. And I'm going to tell you why I had to leave the beef sector. Because I started to reach out to different individuals to be on the Wiley Show. And it was getting to the point that my content wasn't about any celebrities. It was about regular folks. And so when people would go and watch my product, they didn't know who I was talking about. And it was a turnoff. So I knew months, even like last year, I knew that I had to leave. I got to leave this sector. So I slowly started to introduce new videos, because you just can't up and leave and just do a 360. You really have to ease out of the sector. And I eased out with different content. And then now I have to be wise enough to know how to mention people that have to have a purpose. So with this beef sector, now with the beef sector, I started beef sector with other bloggers, but they're bigger bloggers. It's the same show. The show never lost its formula. It's just different people on the show. Like Mob Radio, the Armon Wiggins situation, then the Cardi B, the Ra Ali. I'm always interested in beefs. I'm always interested in friction. It's entertaining when people fall out. It's very, very entertaining. And so I started to get my feet wet in celebrity gossip, and I started to get to it. So now with my subscribers, now I get emails about a story or inbox about this or inbox about that. It's not always about other stuff, like other people in this sector. I don't get that as much anymore. And that's just what it is, because now, and my numbers stay steady. So since we're on the topic, what happened with 7 stars? No, that I knew that was going to end. Like it ended because I just knew it was going to end. So it ended with 7 because 7 got a job. And so it ended with her. I knew it was going to end from day one because I knew people was going to drag her because of who she is. And I knew that. But I wanted a show to be confrontational. And I said 7 could be that person. But I knew that she wasn't going to stay consistent because it's rough to be a woman and to deal with that type of criticism, you know. So she got a job and she broke apart. We had other candidates that we wanted to put on the show. And Nick at Night was one of them. Nick at Night was going to be the lady on 2 Men and a Lady. It was Nick at Night. Nick at Night was one of the ladies I wanted on the show. We was in talks. I was going to put Nick at Night on the show because we had another sponsor that said, I want Nick at Night. And I will sponsor Nick at Night to be on 2 Men and a Lady. So that didn't work. Something happened. Just didn't feel free. And I said, it's just time to close it. And I knew it. And when Storm gave me that phone call, it's just like, shh, it just went away. Everything that meant forever. It was a good idea, but until I can find them 3 characters that really can put a show together, then we'll do it. But I will tell you this, Wiley left so smooth, they didn't even know. I didn't know, and I knew that. See, let me give y'all a suggestion. Anybody that want to leave the beef sector, let me give you a suggestion how to leave. This is how you leave. When a story is hot and you get dragged and you don't respond, do that a couple of times. People, you could just ease out and do other content. They all watch me. Every single one of them watch me. I know them all. I know their spirit. I know their attitude. Every one of them that I've been trying, they can't stop watching me, but I can stop watching them. I don't watch them. So nothing will never even slip out. Because if you watch them, some will slip out. I don't watch them. So I stopped watching them, going to their show. Instead of watching them, I watch a Netflix. I watch Black Lightning. I watch The Tiger King. I watch some more shows. I watch Madam C.J. Walker. I watch other material to bring to my platform. I don't watch them because I actually can know what they talk about because they talk about the same thing. Nothing really drastically have changed from the beef sector. So, and I see it and I'm like, boom, there it is. You see what I'm talking about? I know every single one of them. I know those that are going to drift off, that can't handle it. They need Wiley. They be asking for Wiley. Not going to do it. Because I knew I was thinking like my mindset, I'm thinking from a year, 2 years from now, from the type of ideas that I want to put in place with this show. And I know it had been difficult just talking about these people because that puts you in a box. And with Alexander Rogers, well, I love him that he left and he stayed into that. And he found his niche. And now he's no longer in there. But when you go to Lipstick Alley, his name is on that thread. Alexander Rogers, Sean Bradley is on that thread. But he left, but you got your name from the B sector. Okay? And that's one thing about it. When you are in the beef sector, you can get a name. And your name will stick as long as you're active on YouTube. A partial of your audience will follow you. Some will drip off. Some will drip off. Some will stay. And it started to grow. So once the ATL gate happened, Wiley didn't lose. Because Wiley was very strategic to be Wiley. And that's why Wiley gained. Because them other idiots, they too dumb and stupid. And they don't watch no wrestling. They're not wrestling fans. They dummies. When that camera comes on, you got to be careful how you present it with your audience. Period. A lot of them were just dumb, and I was looking at them. I'm like, shaking my head. Just shaking my head because you just do dumb stuff because you're not that smart. You really think you really think you that smart, and be like, what are you doing, dummy? How you beef with somebody? And you loved up on them on the video. That's why the people changed, because a lot of the people, they were portrayed it. They were really upset. I knew that. And if you would ever talk with me, I would have told you, never do that. Because if your audience felt portrayed, they're going to say, man, you portrayed me. How can you do this to me? I knew my base. I know my people because I study my people. I'm around y'all a lot. They want Wiley to keep the same. This ain't no kumbaya moment. Keep that same energy. Especially when it's on my show. It's on my camera. Oh, baby, the energy going to be the same. Because I'm ignorant like that because I see it. Baby, that's me. I'm going to drag you. No, I'm not carrying you up no stairs. Fish, fish, grease, grease. That ain't gonna change. Because I know it gets you so upset and mad. And that sister was so angry and pissed that she said, when I get back home, I'm gonna drag you, because she was pissed. Because she got dragged. And I was dragging. You was in a... And she didn't know that she was getting dragged in her face. And when she went back to the footage, now she looked like an idiot. Now Uncle Tim, he's pathetic, looking sad. He don't know how to work no computer, don't know how to work his phone. He looking like an idiot. Oh, it was just so funny. And the people that they lost, Wiley was gaining. Just that simple. So because you got to be careful with that. I mean, I'm not giving Uncle Tim too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving, oh, y'all like my shirt? It's kind of down because, you know, I'm not standing up. I'm not giving Uncle Tim too much, but I get it. But if Uncle Tim would have talked with me, I would have told him, like, nigga, you can't do that. You got to keep that same energy. You know, you got to keep that same energy. Can't do that. Because then you're going to have to explain to your people. How can you explain it when you spend months dragging this food and here you are eating chicken with them and like a kumbaya? Y'all see who that is? Y'all see who that is? Some people, you got dragged. Wiley went on his video, because I knew we all streaming at the same time. I'm making sure fish, grease, and she's so ignorant. She got there and want to twerk. Oh, let me twerk. Fish, grease. Like, I'm gonna keep that, because you should have never did that in front of me. And the booty didn't even bounce. It was just stiff as ever. And she got mad. Then she went on her Patreon to talk about my teeth. Because, you know, the people, I'm always going to have a source. My source came through. They said, Wiley, he go to headline. She talking about your yellow baby teeth on Patreon. I said, child, not this woman talking about my teeth. Oh gosh, but thank y'all so much for tuning in, y'all. So I did go to the hospital today, and so we did get the COVID-19 test, and we got the flu test. So let me tell y'all, right? So I went to my job, and I called, no answer. It was like, okay, girl, let me just go in to the front desk while they taking our vitals, and my temperature wasn't high, right? But I was coughing. And I said, ma'am, I don't mean no offense, but I'm coughing, so I think I need to leave. And she said, yeah, go, but make sure you go and get checked just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry. So I went to the ER, and they had a table, and you couldn't even get in the lobby. Like, it's a table like right there when you first come in, like a little table. You can't even get to the main area yet. So we talked. I put on the mask, and we had a conversation. I put on the mask, and they took my temperature, and my vitals. And I said, I just feel like it's something in my chest, like I got a cold, like chest pains, and like coughing, right? And so my nose was running profusely. And I know that's probably like my allergy. So she said, okay, I'm gonna test you for the flu and COVID-19. So she stuck a long Q-tip in my nostril. When she stuck that in my nostrils, it looked like so much snot was coming. It was so disgusting. Then she said, okay, that's the flu one. Then I got to do the COVID-19 one. So she stuck it in the other nostril, stuck that down there. She said, I got to stick it again. All that snot. It was like, all that snot. it was a lot. And I know my allergies acting up, but I said it's better to be safe than sorry. So I called my job, and it was very understanding. And the lady was like, "You did right. I wish more people think like that." I said, "I'd rather be safe than sorry because I don't want to contract or give anybody nothing." So I went there, and so the lady was like, "Well, we will get the results for the COVID-19 results tomorrow because you work like in healthcare and all this type of work you do. We test the stuff here. Like at that particular place, they test it there. So you can get your results back tomorrow. But if we call you, that means you positive. We don't call you, that means you negative. But I'm gonna call them anyhow, just and tell them to send me a paper because I need to see it in black and white of what's going on. So I'm definitely gonna call them. I'm off for the next, I'm off for the next 2 days, which I can rest. So when I got out of the hospital, I called Steve, and Steve was going through much. And then finally, Steve was able to go to the ER, and they just sent him back home because they're not going to keep you unless you really severely like half dead. Especially you young and black, you got to be half dead to having to treat you. Even then, they probably won't. But I got home, I talked to Steve. His situation now, he's back home. His temperature went down. Praise the Lord for that. His temperature is down, but yeah, he still suffering with symptoms. So but I thank God that the temperature is down. And shout out to the Red Cross because they've been helping him a while, but they sent him back home because Steve's situation is different because Steve, they checked him and they got his temperature down. He's in a rural town, like he's not in a major city. He's in a town, like not in and they had a tornado, like they had a national disaster. So they're already limited resource. They don't have the space. And since Steve is not critically, their definition of critically ill, like your O2 is so low, your temperature is so high, you can't hardly breathe to the point we got to put you on a village, then they can put you in there. But if you still got that energy and you're not coughing as bad, all that, then go back home. And that's sad, but I understand why they're doing it because they have very, very limited resources. I told Steve, and I might get in trouble at saying this, nigga, just cough, lie, and get a whole bunch of coughing because you have to do that to get some type of treatments to stay there. But he went to the ER, then they sent him back home and his temperature went down. So I'm gonna keep you updated on that. Steve is a subscriber of the Wiley Show. Steve used to come on the Wiley Show and call in and different things like that. That's who Steve is. He's a subscriber of the Wiley Show, long time subscriber, right? So long time subscriber. That's who Steve is, people. So if y'all don't know who Steve is a long time subscriber. That's who he is. People was like, Steve is Wiley roommate, Steve is Wiley boyfriend. I'm like, that's all lies. Steve live in a whole nother state. When people be making rumors, it'd be funny because it'd be like so outrageous. So that's what that is. I would walk in there as soon as I make it through the door. I'm hitting the floor. Right, you got to hit the floor. You got to cough and everything like that. With me, I'm different because you got a medical uniform on, so they treat you a little bit better. Like you one of us, so let's make sure you're good. I work in the nurse home. Like you got to juice it up, you know what I'm saying? But especially if you're in a rural area, because you got to make sure you get treatment and services. Confident throwing up and top it all, I'm going to pass out. Right. As soon as I walk in, I will fall to the floor and lay there like capital. Okay. I will say nothing because I will be passed out. And that's when you get some type of treatment. So that's what that was all about. I will say this though. I will say this. A lot of people are suffering from this and y'all not saying this on the news. You know what I'm saying? Even YouTube don't even want you to really talk about it. They demonetizing a lot of these major channels videos with they're not putting it on a green to get their money because they want to discourage them of talking. So they don't want to. And Lovely T was like, excuse me. Lovely T was a major factor and putting it out there in the black as a black YouTuber. And Lovely, even though Lovely T and I, we don't talk, but I will always send them a lovely message. But the girl reporting skills is unmatched. It's unmatched. Like when this woman mind's made up for something, she stands right on the right side. You know, she stands on the right side. So I love her for that. Even though I don't always agree with sus, but for that whole reporting stuff is on point. You going to Patty room? They said they're gonna pull a Wiley. Y'all tried it. Y'all really tried it. So we talked about a lot today. I gave y'all another video. I gave y'all a video earlier. Gave y'all another video. I'm actually trying to get a guy on my show, but he think I got a crush on him. He's in a relationship, but I'm trying to get him on my Patreon. So y'all be patient. Y'all got a video on that. When I feel a little bit better, I'm gonna get on Patreon. So thank y'all everybody for going on my Patreon account. Thank y'all for that. Because we did a funny video on Patreon. So if y'all didn't see that video yesterday, y'all need to go and watch it. Y'all need to go and watch it. Can't lie, she's a good reporter. She is. She's definitely a good reporter. Definitely. Thank y'all, son. I love y'all too. Like, I'm committed to my audience. And I put my audience, every decision that I make, I said, what is best for the audience? What is best for my supporters? What would they like? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Miss Robinson, for the super chat. What is best for them? And people, they keep saying, and it's like they try to say, Wiley ain't loyal. No, nigga, I'm loyal to my audience. If it ain't good business, if it don't make, like, come on, it's just going to be good for the audience. I always bring it up. What will be good for them? What would they like? Okay, because for a long time, I was a subscriber for a long time. I was a subscriber. I would watch content, and I'm like, what would I like to see? I know as a viewer, if I talk about the Circle NYC, I know that I got to play a snippet of this show because they're not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about because they're not that. Most of them are not that in tune in this gay culture because it's not like a major platform. You know what I mean? So I have to let them see what I'm talking about. Chase in Dallas, I don't have to do that because some of y'all clean over there and we got a little beef going on. They respond to me and that makes the show interesting. I will be a ruthless ass producer. The type of shit that's in my head, a ruthless ass producer. So that said, what would be good for the audience? So now I know some people will go and watch the Circle NYC. They're going to see different parts of it. They're going to be curious of it. There are so many more people have to that we know. Malcase are being tested or reported. They just stay home. Facts. You're right. Help me. I love her. Somebody come through. I was the first one to report. Yes, she was. She was the first one to report it. My producer sent it to me and said, watch this lovely tea. That was before CNN was all talking about it. And her theories, they're repeating them same theories to this day. And Lovely T was reporting on it. Lovely T reporting skills was so unmatched that she had some of her Chinese subscribers, her wine sippers, talk to her via Instagram with voice notes, and she edit their voices. The voices, you don't understand who they are because they, you can't be doing that in that country because they're scared, because China don't play. And she reported that daily, a detailed report. Thank you. But thank you so much for those that are supporting the Wiley Show. I need your support. We are in the process with the documentary. We are in our first phase. We still taping, doing some different stuff for it. So we thank y'all that been contributing because it pays for our editor and pays for someone that's going to edit the stuff because it ain't gonna be no bullshit. It's gonna be the best type of quality of editing of a storyteller. So when you sit down, you can see the stuff playing out. So we definitely doing that. I'm targeting that I want it to come out in November of this year. Like that's like my target because I really would love that shit to come out in November of this year. But that's like the target date because I wanted to definitely let the people that's going to come to the meet and greet see it. So I'm definitely want them to want them to be the first ones to like see it. So that's like the target date. What I'm targeting like November of this year. So that's what we're targeting. So thank you all so very much. I can't wait for this Rona to come out. Can I cash? Somebody keep asking for my cash app. Yeah, you can. Somebody asking for it. So we moved it to the first weekend to November. Yeah, so we moved it because of that, because we moved it. And let's pray that it goes through. We moved it to the first weekend in November. So I want to definitely see y'all there. That's our part. I'll be 30 years old. So it's just a blessing. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all for watching the morning show. Y'all really love my morning show. I got it. I can't stop that. I can't stop it. Y'all love that morning show, the early morning show. Y'all love it. Period, point blank. I found my niche with that. Y'all love it. I can't stop it if I wanted to. Y'all love it. Because, baby, y'all soaked that video up this morning. And I might keep it with the intimate selling. Some days you might see me that intimate ways and stuff like that. Instead of being on StreamYard. Yeah. Because I'm so used to just talking to y'all individualized on here. All right. So thank y'all. I think I showed y'all that. I think I got everything out the way. Okay, Nuno, thank you so very much. Shout out to the executive producer, your boy Nuno. Let me see if I can call him right quick. Let me see if I can call him. Let me see. Do I get his number? You know, it's on my other phone. Let me put it. I want to try to be here for the meet and greet. Yeah, please do. I want to see y'all all there. I want to see everybody there that can come, you know? Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So we thank y'all so very much for coming in for another episode of the Wiley Show. I will see y'all tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to definitely go to the yes. Come on through. You gonna be there? Yes. Oh. I better see all y'all. Yes, better see all y'all there. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I'm in Florida. Shout out to Florida.